Have you ever heard about Eden within? About literally returning to the presence that we was cut off from? Most people see Eden as the fall of humanity, just a chapter in the Bible. The first bad thing that happened. But what if it is actually just the first relationship ever recorded? I'm gonna reference my notes. Before there was sin, there was intimacy. Before there was commandments, there was communion. Before there were temples and sacrifices and denominations and doctrines, there was just simply God walking with his children. And honestly, that's the only thing he wants. He just wants to be with his children. So if you literally read from Genesis to Revelations, it goes from him dwelling with us in a garden, a whole bunch of crap happens, and he ends up dwelling with us in the end anyway. This isn't simply about escaping hell and condemnation. This is about returning home. It's more than a place. Home is more than a place. The Eden is more than a place. It is a sanctuary. It's not just a physical location with the lush rivers and paradise and things like that. Genesis directly describes a real place. It also represents something deeper. Not only were they put in the garden to enjoy themselves, but they were put there for a purpose. This purpose is cultivating. This is naming the animals. This is stewardship and caring for God's creations. Notes reference. God gave humanity meaningful work before sin entered the world. This challenges the common idea that work itself is part of the curse, okay? The curse affected labor by introducing pain and frustration, but purposeful work existed from the beginning. Your calling is not punishment, it's purpose. It's literally worship to him. That you acting in your purpose is literally worshiping him. So in Genesis, it says God walked in the cool of the day. He was there. The creator of the galaxies, of the universe, of the cosmos, he was chilling, just walking. No shame, no fear, no mask, no wild, none of that. Just him. Like Adam did not fear him. He wasn't scared. He wasn't trying to strive for a love. He already had it. Like people spend their lives looking for that kind of love, and we already have it. Religion asks us, what must I do for God to love me? But a relationship with God says, how do I respond to the love that I've already been given? And Jesus responded to this perfectly. He says, if you love me, keep my commandments. That's it. So love comes first, and then the obedience follows. So many people are out here trying to produce false fruit to show that, oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing this. But the love that we have for him and that he has for us comes inside, and it gives us the fruit naturally. It naturally grows over time, not instantaneously. Then we come to the first identity crisis in the garden. This is when the little snaky serpent is talking to Eve, and he's like, but did God really say that? Every single temptation will come to question God and his character. Okay, that's his word and his character. That's the first temptation. That is why it is very, very important for you to be so in your word and know them, right? That way, when the things come up, it's like, did God really say that? Yes, he did. Be gone, lizard. Anyway, the second lie comes in, and he's like, you'll be like God. But Adam and Eve were already created in God's image, in his image. He tempted them to chase what they already had. Like they already had it. And he's like, but you can be like this. And they already had it. That funky thing still uses the same strategies today. He tries to convince us that, fulfillment is just outside of God's boundaries, with more success, more knowledge, more pleasure, more recognition. But if you look deeper at whatever it is that temptation is coming at, with whatever his little forked tongue is telling you, it's always going to come down to one thing. God's withholding from you. That's why we pray for his timing, not ours. His will, not ours, be done. Yeah. That's why Jesus is so important, because even his own son was not withheld from us. He gave his own son for us to be able to understand we can connect with him directly. So that brings us to the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. One represents life with God, and the other one represents knowledge apart from God. And have you seen the way the world is now? Knowledge is not evil, because God gives it willingly. He gives it freely. He gives it abundantly. He says, seek me, and there ain't gonna be nothing withheld from you, my darling. Your danger comes in when you try to seek wisdom independently of the one who created it. Humanity is literally choosing information over intimacy, and we make that choice daily, honestly. We have so much information literally at the tips of our fingertips, more than any other civilization has ever had, right? Yet anxiety is still high. We got high suicidal rates, depression, all of it. The loneliness and violence alone. Knowledge without love cannot heal you. Technology can answer questions all day long, but only God knows who you are internally. He's the one that knows you in your heart, right? Even sometimes we don't know our own heart because feelings can be fleeting, and we don't make permanent decisions on temporary feelings.